Hey guys, it's Erin and welcome back to the October edition of the Mixed Media Menagerie. As you know, this is a collaboration between Laura, Nicole, and myself. This month we are joined with the beautiful Kristina Melinte of Pages of an Art Journal over on Instagram, and I will put all of her links down in the description box below, so be sure to check her out. And the prompts this month, in honor of Inktober, we're going to work with some ink, a fountain pen, and some cut up, cut out, cut, I don't know, just grab your scissors because we're going to do some cutting. So let's go ahead and jump into today. I've got my little menagerie bin here. Here's my journal. Let's go ahead and open it up to an empty space. And here's a couple of the past video prompts. And then here, oh, see, look at that. I stapled one page and then skipped another page, but you know what? That's fine, it's my journal, I can always come back to it. There's last month, and so this month here we've got an open page, and I think I just want to work on one page because we're going to do some cutting, and I don't want to accidentally cut into my previous page because you know that it's me, and that just definitely seems like something that would happen to me. So I'm going to stay focused on just that right side. Now we're going to speed things up a little bit here. I have sketched a girl. We're going to go ahead and, as usual, grab my graphite paper and just lightly sketch her onto the page. And then we can go from there. I kind of had an idea of where I wanted to go with this, knowing that I was going to have to cut pages up. So here is my TWSBI. Oh my gosh, it's a TWSBI Mini. I love the TWSBI brand fountain pens. This is a little bit smaller because it's more of like a travel size, and I have huge hands, but I actually love the little one here, the mini, and it's great for traveling, and it holds a lot of ink. So I will put TWSBI down also in the description box below. If you're interested, you can check them out. I get them often from Goldspot Pens, but you know, you can even get them on Amazon, I believe. They have tons of fun colors, and they come out with them seasonally as well, and they're pretty affordable priced too. All right, so now I just have some water and my paintbrush, and I'm activating that ink that we just used. And I'll also put down in the description box below the 3 inks that I used today. I believe they were a Pelikan, and then actually I used 4 inks. But anyways, I'll put all of them down in the description box below. Yeah, I love inks. I have a lot of inks. I think they call it, in Japan, it's called an inkanuma. It's somebody who's like obsessed with fountain pen inks. Anyways, that's me in a nutshell. But so yeah, let me just, we're going to activate this. I'm just going to paint on with the same gray color that I used. I'll throw on a little bit of music and check back with you shortly. All right, now that she is all painted out, I'm gonna go ahead and draw a border. I've got my fountain pen here, and I'm just measuring out a thin border around the outside of the page. So this is a little bit different. Usually I use tape, but this time I'm going to use the actual paper for my border. I have a little cutting mat here, and I'm going to grab an Exacto knife and a metal ruler, and ever so carefully I'm going to cut out the background. now that that's all cut out, I'm just going to kind of press that really good and sharpen up that edge there. I'm going to take a little bit of water and activate where that line was. There was just a little bit of the line still showing. I didn't cut it exactly, just to, you know, give it a little extra touch. And once that's dry, we'll move on to the next step, which is going to add some background color to this second page. So here I have my first ink. I believe this is the Tanzanite from Pelikan. It was one of the inks of the month or the year, or just one of their gemstone inks. I think it was just a gemstone ink, but I love a blue ink, and this is beautiful. And it does have a little bit of kind of that grayish color in the background, which is lovely. So now I'm going to go in with another ink, and this one has a bit of a coppery mica in it. And so I'm just going to give that a little bit of like a night sky with a little bit of that light shimmering through. I'm going to add on the top a little bit more of that Tanzanite ink, and we're just going to keep layering that a little bit to create some interest into the background. And of course, always important to check to make sure you went fully down, which I did not. So we'll add just a little bit more of that blue and some of the shimmer down below here to make sure that our whole background is covered. And then once that is good and dry, we'll go on to the next step, which is going to cut out this page. So I have this fun star punch, and obviously you can't really punch in a book, but I'm going to use those leftover stars and sketch them into it, and then use my Exacto Blade to cut them out. So I grabbed a white gel pen thinking, oh yeah, that would work, but then it was dried out. So I was like, go back to the fountain pen since that's this month's prompt, so we'll use it as much as we can. And once that's done, then I'm just going to go ahead and speed this up and cut out a bunch more of the stars for the background. So after cutting the stars out, there was a little bit of the white of the paper left, so I added some ink around the outside so you didn't see any of that white paper sticking through. And now I have this Pelikan gold ink. Oh my gosh, I think it's Golden Beryl. It's so luscious. It is a yellow, but it also dries with a sheen of gold. And so I'm going to go ahead and add that onto our third page, and this is going to have the stars shine through that yellow. So I'm going to dry it up really good, and then I have a secret little treat here. I have some fluorescent, it's like glow in the dark, phosphorescent, is that what it is? I don't know, but anyways, it glows in the dark. So I'm painting that over the top and then adding a couple of splashes of stars onto the front of the page here, and we're going to dry that up really good. And then lastly, let's go ahead and grab some double-sided tape. If you don't have double-sided tape, you could totally use whatever glue stick that you have on hand, but I just wanted to use the double-sided tape, and we're going to go ahead and tape all of our layers back together to form one page. And while we're doing that, be sure to tag along with us. At the end of the month, we have our little tag along where if you use the hashtags MMMOCT22 or the Mixed Media Menagerie hashtag, we can see all of your lovely work and click into that hashtag and see everybody who used that hashtag's work. So I cannot wait to see what you guys do with this prompt. I hope you are enjoying your October thus far, and let's jump back in to finish this video. All right, and I'm going to ever so carefully glue this back down so we don't get any warpage. There we go. Give it a really good press, and voila, we are done. One last little trick. I've got a black light here, and we're going to go ahead and get these stars glowing. And then there was an extra little hint I did as well off camera that I wanted to keep a surprise for you. So here are a couple still shots. That's with the black light. Here it is, black light leaving, and of course in full black light, she glows. It was so much fun painting this cutout spread for you guys today. Here it is in its full glory. I love how these two inks layered together. It's like a gray with that copper and then the blue. And I did leave this area blank. You could write a sentiment on there, or even with the glow-in-the-dark ink, that would have been cool to write something, but I wanted to leave it plain. I felt like it kind of spoke for itself, that emotion. Be sure to check the links down in the description box below to see what the other gals created this month. And thank you so much for watching me. And as always, until next time, happy creating.